This is IGN. Matt Reeves teases that the villain in Batman 2 has, quote, never really been done in a movie before. But who is it? Welcome to your IGN Daily Update. But first, Star Wars Starfighter director Shawn Levy has shared a fresh production photo featuring the upcoming film's stars Ryan Gosling and Flynn Gray standing on some kind of sci-fi boat. Gosling is pictured leaning against one set of controls, sporting tousled hair and a bruised cheek. He's dressed in a loose-fitting shirt that looks like it could have come from Harrison Ford's wardrobe and thick gloves. Gray's character sports a similar look with scruffy clothes and gloves. The two certainly look the parts of uncle and nephew, though the finer details of who either actor is playing remain under wraps. Of course, the image has already prompted plenty of speculation among fans. And F1 and Top Gun Maverick director Joseph Kosinski's big screen reboot of Miami Vice is revving up, with Universal Pictures announcing an August 6, 2027 release date for the film version of the iconic 1980s undercover cop TV series. Casting is currently underway for a 2026 production start. Miami Vice will be shot in IMAX. The film is produced by Dylan Clark of The Batman and Kosinski, and written by Dan Gilroy and Eric Singer, based on characters created by Anthony Yerkovich from the series executive produced by Yerkovich and Michael Mann. Unlike the 2006 feature film adaptation directed by Michael Mann and starring Jamie Foxx and Colin Farrell, this Miami Vice movie will be a period piece that Universal says explores the glamour and corruption of mid-80s Miami, the decade when the original NBC TV series aired. Although Mann's movie opened well, the costly production ultimately proved a commercial disappointment. Reviews were largely negative at the time, but the film has found newfound appreciation online in the last few years. Rumors of a Miami Vice reboot have been circling since 2014. Matt Reeves has explained his thinking behind which villain to go with for the hotly anticipated The Batman 2, teasing it's never really been done in a movie before. The Batman 2, which starts filming early next year, currently has a release date of October 1st, 2027. If it makes that date, the sequel will arrive 5.5 years after The Batman. We know Robert Pattinson will reprise his role as the moody Caped Crusader, and Colin Farrell will once again play crime boss Penguin, although it sounds like it's a minor role. But who will play the main villain this time around? And which character from Batman's rogues gallery has Reeves plucked from the comics to bring to live action? In an interview with Josh Horowitz, Reeves kept his cards close to his chest, but did explain his thinking on the new villain, and issued a tease that has sparked all sorts of speculation among the fandom. I had a lot of ideas, and then Mattson Tomlin, who's my writing partner, we began the process of this by doing another deep dive into the comics, exploring the ideas that I had Reeves began. He gave me some ideas that he had, and we sat together and we watched a lot of movies, honestly, and not all movies that are from the realm of Gotham, just to explore where this story, because I knew that the way the movie ended, it was leaving us on the precipice, and also the way events sort of happen within the show, The Penguin, that there is an exploration to be had, and one of the explorations for me was to do something that pushes even further into the character of Bruce Wayne, because the first story is so much about the Batman. Let's say we get to make 3. I have no idea, but if we get to make 3, I always wanted the movies to be focused on his character. Once you get past the origin tale, which we didn't quite do, but we did something that referred to his origins, then you start telling the rogues gallery story and that character's arc. And I never wanted to lose Rob at the center of these stories, and so that is really what we set our aim on. And so picking the right villain that digs into what that does, that goes into his past and his life, that was what drove that discussion. I won't tell you where we ended up, but we're super excited about it. And I will say it's never really been done in a movie before, so we're excited. Fans are coming up with all sorts of obscure Batman villains in response to Reeves' comment, but it's worth pointing out that he isn't necessarily saying it's a villain we've not seen in live-action form before. Rather, he may be making the point that we've never seen them realized in this way before. So perhaps we'll see a different take on Mr. Freeze, or Bane, or Poison Ivy, or Hugo Strange, or Scarecrow, or Two-Face. Will Barry Keoghan return as Joker in the Batman 2 after his cameo at the end of the first film? It really is hard to say at this stage. Here's what we do know. Kristen Milioti, who won an Emmy for her role as Sophia Falcone in The Penguin, is not in the Batman 2. We were so far along in the story, it might upset the apple cart given where the story goes and what we're exploring, Reeves explained. That's your IGN Daily Update. My name is Tony Jackson, and if you want more news on your favorite games and entertainment topics, make sure to visit us at IGN.com. You can also download our free app on your phone or console and subscribe to our weekly podcasts through the podcast service of your choice.
Spoken Layer.